Black male wrestlers are facing an issue that I thought would be addressed and would be taken care of by the time we got to 2025. Not being featured on PLEs, multiple PLEs in a row. You know, um, not being taken seriously in, their character. The New Day, Carmelo Hayes, for example. I thought the New Day were going to be serious heel tag team, shed the bootios, shed the comedy stuff and really come in and hit the ground running. But they lose, both of them lose to Rey Mysterio for no reason. They can't beat Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee without an interference from Logan Paul. They finally get their win off, against Cruz and Wild. And I'm happy that they actually got a win as a heel tag team. Guys came in with so much heat, so getting over even on their own on social media, and they're doing all the necessary things in order to get over, but still, not being booked seriously, not being booked to, actually make an impact. They're just going to be a low-level heel tag team. And hopefully the thing with hopefully Big E comes back, and then we can have them feature prominently. Carmelo Hayes, 15 for 30 in 2024. 2025, finally start getting some wins, finally. Tag team with The Miz, very random. I might actually like it and get into it, but he can only beat Akira Tozawa, R-Truth, and then he has to get a tag team with The Miz in order to get a significant win in 2025. And Carmelo Hayes should be the future United States champion. I'm still holding on to Carmelo Hayes winning the United States Championship at WrestleMania 41. The Street Profits are my favorite tag team. Y'all know I have a long history of making Street Profits videos, and I almost gave up. I like what they're doing with the Street Profits. I think the Street Profits are the ones that could really be what, all the little black boys could look up to. You see, back in my day, Booker T, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, MVP, Orlando Jordan, I could just keep going. David Otunga. It was a Darren Young. It was a Ezekiel Jackson, Marcus Corvon, Elijah Burke. It was a plethora of black individuals, and they didn't have to be at the top. They didn't have to be the champion, but we had black guys featured prominently on WWE television, Raw, Smackdown, and the ECW version of WWE as well. Elijah Burke was going crazy for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like Shad, JTG, Crime Time, whether you like the gimmick or not, man. And now, we looking around, we looking left and right. The black males, they're not on PLEs. When the Street Profits were healthy, they were being booked absolutely terribly. Start, stop. They screwed Bobby Lashley, a guy who was helping carry things during the pandemic. Carmelo Hayes is one of the best. I don't care about he's too small, his stature. That's an excuse, because you got Johnny Gargano, you got Tommaso Ciampa going crazy right now. And there's no envy, there's no jealousy, but they going crazy right now. They doing their thing to me. But you don't let Carmelo Hayes go crazy. And he's a similar stature to them. But he's got the look, he got the swag, he got everything that you need. He should be on an MVP type of run right now. He should be the United States champion right now. Y'all not doing that with Shinsuke no more. He about to drop the belt back to LA Knight. The Street Profits are my only hope. And we talking about the main roster, y'all. I do have optimism. I do think Trick Williams is ready. That's my opinion. I don't think they'll drop the ball with Trick Williams, because they're seeing, what a guy like Jey Uso can do. You got the crowd chant, he got the entrance. And, Jey Uso, they're about to put the strap on him. Maybe they look at Trick Williams like, oh, he can sell merch. He's a popular guy. He can get the viewers to tap in. You know what I'm saying? A bigger guy. So, if y'all don't believe in Carmelo Hayes because of his size or whatever the case may be, then what's going to be their excuse with Trick Williams? And Obafemi is a generational talent. There is no way in the world that they can drop the ball with Obafemi. And I'm saying that here on this channel. There's no way you can fumble the bag with Obafemi. That is a megastar waiting to happen. Going crazy for NXT right now. He don't need to be there too long. I say whenever his reign is done with the NXT championship, you send that man to the main roster and you have him go on that Gunther type of run that Gunther had. Long reigning Intercontinental Champion, then straight to the World Heavyweight Champion. Obafemi can do the same thing, and I think he might be able to do it even better. Apollo Crews is like a crescent moon. Just pop up randomly sometimes. Might be a full moon tonight, might be a crescent moon. Before you see the crescent moon, you'll see a solar eclipse when it comes to Apollo Crews' appearance. And like I said, we talking about the main roster. Those NXT guys, I got hope and faith in them on the main roster. Who are we looking out for? The New Day could have had one of the coolest returns, one of the coolest return to heel gimmicks ever. Instead, they're goofy comedy heels. Carmelo Hayes, him, the greatest NXT North American champion. Yes, I said it. Even greater than Obafemi. Going crazy at NXT. So over. So crazy. Braun Breaker came up to the main roster going crazy. Why couldn't Carmelo Hayes come to the main roster going crazy? He literally had 50-50 booking. 15 and 30, 2024. Those 50%. Lost 30 times, won 15 times. I'll try to keep it positive during Black History Month. I wanted to, highlight, the black athletes and, spread some positivity, but you can't talk about Black history without talking about the struggle, the trauma, the reality. You know what I'm saying? And we're not begging for scraps. We don't want you to push these guys just to push these guys and for us to have a black champion. We want the best to be that. The Street Profits are the most over. The Street Profits are more marketable. People talk about who's a draw. People talk about who's marketable, who could sell merch, who has the best look. The Street Profits have the best look. Carmelo Hayes as the United States champion is money. It's gold. You've seen what he did in NXT. You see what him and Trick Williams did with the barbershop segments. You've seen what he did as the North American champion, hanging up people's jerseys in the Raptors. The New Day were over as baby faces. You turned them heel. They was getting super mega heat. You brought out the man. You made the man's mother come and help him get heat. Xavier Woods' family helped him get heat. Get them more heat. Have them cheat to win. Beat the War Raiders. Not saying that won't happen, but I don't even see that in the horizon. If Big E is to come back, if he is cleared, you make them beat up on Big E. You make a banger of a story with 3 prominent black men in the New Day. And like I said, we're not begging for scraps, bro. This isn't a participation trophy. Oh, just give them to them because they black. No. At the end of the day, we got young boys looking up to these superstars, these wrestlers. And listen, it don't matter if it's Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, there's boys of all colors looking up to different colors of wrestlers. But it would be nice if they could look up, if a little black boy could look at Montez Ford and be like, that's the tag team champion. I want to be like him. He looked just like me. That little boy can still love Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso and love Braun Breaker and love Roman Reigns. But imagine you a little boy with dreadlocks and you see Trick Williams come up to the main roster and he's getting buried. He's getting beaten up every week. All he is a whoop that trick, but he has nothing to show for it. Imagine you a little boy with braids and you don't have a big stature. You're not a tall guy. You see a guy like Carmelo Hayes and you see yourself in him and you want to be like him. He's him. But he's a loser. He not giving nothing. He can only beat the jobbers. Do y'all see what I'm saying? We not begging for nothing. I love wrestling. I've always have, always will. My favorite wrestler of all time is Edge. My favorite wrestler currently is Andrade. My favorite up-and-coming wrestlers is Austin Theory, Kyle Fletcher. So it's not just about, I just want the black people. I just want the black people. My favorite tag team is the Street Profits. So out of everyone I named, the Street Profits are toward the bottom of the totem pole as far as being booked, as far as what they went through in the last few years. Haven't had tag team goals since what, 2021? 2022. I think it was 2021 though, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comment section. How is this still an issue? This is supposed to be a new era. It's supposed to be a fresh slate, a fresh start. And like I said, I do think they will win at WrestleMania 41, but we don't easily forget what was going on months prior, before Angelo Dawkins got pseudo hurt. Have them cut a promo, then don't have them show up for 2 weeks. Have them in a match, but they attack backstage. Have them do this, have them do that, have them do this, have them do that. And then the justification would be, well, at the end of it, they won the tag team championships at WrestleMania 41. Some of these things aren't playing out long term. Some of these things happen on the fly. But these guys were good enough to do commercials and advertisements for you. Right? I just don't understand. I'm just flabbergasted. So and there's gonna be people in the comment section. Well, none of them are just good. So you mean to tell me every black guy in WWE is just not good, and that's the reason why? We want the best to be on there. There have been mid in front of us. And wait till the comment section come. All those people you named are trash. Carmelo Hayes is trash. Street Profits is trash. New Day is trash. Stop it. New Day is one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Street Profits are great. Carmelo Hayes is one of the greatest young stars. Stop it. Stop the cap. Seriously. Be honest with yourself. No matter you black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever the case may be, we want everyone to eat. We got Shinsuke, United States champion, dope. You know what I'm saying? We got to see Los Garza finally show off their talent. We got to see Andrade in good matches with LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to our black women. They doing great. They got their own issues they got to work out though. Hopefully we get something with that Naomi Bianca Jay story. I'm recording this before we get to that main event. But our black men ain't been eating, bruh. You a little black boy. You go to the wrestling shows in the last couple of months. You like, man, I don't really see nobody wrestling that look like me. I gotta go watch NXT. We shouldn't have to go watch NXT. We shouldn't have to go watch AEW. We shouldn't have to go watch TNA to see Moose. We shouldn't have to go to watch NXT to see Trick Williams and Obafemi and Javon Evans. We shouldn't have to, and Ashante the Adonis get more booking than the black guys on the main roster. We shouldn't have to go to AEW to see a black world champion, Swerve. The Hurt Syndicate. Why are the black males not marketable enough for the main roster of WWE? I'm not saying we got to be the world champions, but can we get some significant wins? Can we get some high-profile things? Carmelo Hayes was the first person eliminated from the men's Royal Rumble. Carmelo Hayes had to beat Akira Tozawa in a match, and he actually had to have a significant match with Akira Tozawa. Carmelo Hayes and R-Truth, that's fine. R-Truth was the first black NWA champion, even though he's not treated as such in WWE. He's a comedy act, so actually, no, it's not fine. He had to beat a guy who is a comedian. Shout out to R-Truth, though. I still acknowledge his accomplishments, even though they ain't let him be serious, except for when he was smoking a cigarette. I'm optimistic, though. I'm not pessimistic. I'm optimistic for the future. I do believe, and I sincerely believe that Carmelo Hayes, United States champion, Street Profits, tag team champions. I'm hoping New Day can become tag team champions or just do something with Big E, and Big E is cleared. But all those are hopes. I would say Street Profits probably a guarantee because they're booking them really well right now. I'm just hoping they don't drop the ball. I'm hoping they don't stop, make them go back to being baby faces. I hope they're not afraid. Play it safe. But listen, if you take a risk on us and we don't work out, cool. I'm with that. You take a risk on the Street Profits and it don't work out this time, I will gladly admit that they're just not good. You take a risk with Carmelo Hayes and it don't work out, I will gladly admit that it's just not good. You take a risk with the New Day as the heels and really push them toward being full heels, I will gladly admit that they're just not that good. But we can't even get opportunity to take that risk. And don't worry, this won't be the last video I drop this month. I want to end on a positive note, and I have a good video for y'all. I just want to have the conversation, y'all. Am I just a complainer? Should I not care? Hmm? Why you worry about race for is wrestling? Race applies everywhere. Sports, work, wrestling, movies. We try to ignore it, but it can't be ignored. And like I said, we don't want a charity, bro. We just want what's earned, and we just want to be You know, it took me, growing and maturing, and I'm about to, turn the big 30. Like, representation is important, bro. Cause I used to not be like, oh boy, they race swapping characters from Marvel movies and blah blah blah. And I still do have a problem with that to a certain extent, but representation is important. How can you relate to something when you can't see yourself in that person? And sometimes you could not relate to black people who you see. Like I said, I criticize the gimmicks of what they even gave to black people, feature prominently the shades and the chains. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like Obafemi so much. That's why I like Swerve so much. Swerve is a rapper, but in AEW, Swerve is still different. He was still hella dominant. That was the Killmonger of AEW. So I understand, but at minimum, just give some people just something that they could look at and see in themselves. But, that's the video. Just wanted to get that off my chest, I'm not trying to harp on this too much. I really don't like talking about this topic too much because I just love wrestling. I love talking about the wrestling. I love analyzing the characters and the psychology and the stories and fantasy booking. I didn't make this channel to be a commentary channel on race relations and wrestling. I really didn't, but it was on my heart today. So if you're new, I hope you don't let this stop you from watching my content, because I talk about all things wrestling. And if you old, you know what I'm about. So that's all I can say. But hope y'all enjoy y'all day, night, whenever you watch this. I'm probably drop this early in the morning because I want y'all to really, get this. But I'm gonna finish doing what I do. My mind is clear, so maybe I could read my book tomorrow. But y'all enjoy y'all time, man. Peace out. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for love, support, and don't worry. We're gonna end Black History Month on a positive note. I promise you, man. See y'all later.